Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion about the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Light a rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here's my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh won't you be my light a rose, oh light a rose, oh light a rose.
Dream
light a rose,
of love, dream of spring, dream of love song, let my passion. Do I love you?
I can hear the chapel bells chime.
And I'll gladly tell you, but
At the least suggestion about the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Light a rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same.
Will I ever tell you?
So won't you be
No.
light a rose, oh light a rose.
All of you on this beautiful day to celebrate a beautiful lady, Jessica Sporn. We chose the Rose Garden for a personal reason because Jessica just has such a love for gardening. And I wanted to tell you, too, about a year and a half ago when Jessica was first talking about a transition and maybe stepping aside or stepping down from being executive director of Gaslamp, I asked her, I said, what are you going to do with all of your time? There is so much time that you put into this, and what are you going to do? And right on the top of the list was, I'm going to spend some time in my garden. So we thought this would be a very personal venue for her. And it is beautiful, isn't it? I want to say a very special thank you before we begin to the women who really made this the event that it is. It's just lovely, the food and the decorations and everything. And Megan Giuliani, where are you? Are you here? There she is. She did such a fantastic job heading this up, and she had a team of ladies whom I would like to thank right now, and that's Jennifer Wiseman, Elizabeth Candela, Patty Howard, and of course Maureen Ludwig just worked so hard, and Maureen's sister. And thank you so much anyone else that brought anything. This was just amazing. It was not a catered event. The family here put this together, so thank you so much. And now we would like to give you a presentation to just show you and express to you our gratitude for the difference that you have made in this community through art and through Gaslamp. And we want to make you cry, we want to make you laugh, and we will, I know. And we want to take you down a little memory lane as well. So sit back and enjoy the show. I'm going to bring up our master of ceremonies, our very own music man, Mr. Greg Kencrow.
Yeah, making me crazy already. I'm up here. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. We're going to have a nice show. We're going to make it quick, right? So, you don't care, do you? First of all, Jessica, just before things get out of hand, I have to say thank you. I obviously wouldn't be standing here today if you had not created the monster that you created in Fiddler on the Roof. By allowing me to be in that show, you got that latent talent that I had, and I really do thank you for, I don't know if I should thank you, and these people are already crying is the problem. But you know what I did? I wrote you a song. I did. I wrote a song because I knew you'd never heard me sing, did you? No, that you wouldn't clap then. Okay, this is just for you. I wrote this. It's a love song. Well, you got Jessica, my friend, right here. Right here, I say, in Glenridge Town. Why, sure, she's a yoga teacher. Mighty proud, I say, she's always mighty proud to say it. She considers that the time she spends with her assets in the air, golden. Help you cultivate ooms and shallow breathing and a sense of peace. Have you ever knelt on the floor, twisted your legs, and contorted your kneecaps? Well, that's gotta hurt, I can tell you that right now. But I say that any boo can shove a kid in a musical. The first big step on the road to, what, my kid's not talented enough? First it's, I'm sorry I'm late for the audition. Then, she usually sings much better than this. And the next thing you know, your kid's doing the TNA number from a chorus line. I tell you. Well, it's trouble, my friend, that's lots of trouble. Now, you all know, folks, that Jessica goes to Guatemala. Well, I want to be perfectly frank. Do you think the Mexican people knew what they were getting into when Jessica, Freddie, and Sammy started building houses? Well, there was a little problem. On the flight over, Sammy was reading The Three Little Pigs. So one fine night, Freddie's drinking too much tequila, and he blows down all the nice houses made out of straw and twigs. Have you ever seen an angry mob of Guatemalans yelling, "Mi casa, loco gringos"? Well, that's trouble, my friend. That's lots and lots of trouble. That Jessica, she's a wonderful person. And that's Jessica with a J. Let's rhyme it with love. And that stands for Jessica. I was on the toilet the other night when I wrote that, and no, I really wasn't. No. And now, just to speed things up, just don't stare at me like that or I'll have to come and slap you. I'd like to introduce a couple of people who have things to say, and we'll cut them off if they get too long-winded. First, we have Lisa McElwee. Lisa, come on up. Lisa has known Jessica for 20 years. She's been drinking for 19. And I'd also like to introduce as well Jeff Fiorello. Jeff, come on up. Jeff, director, dancer, singer. I've never seen him act, but I'm going to go see the next show he's in. He's in West Side Story. He's playing Maria. So be good. And now, Lisa McElwee.
Thank you, Greg. Oh, I have to follow that. I could listen to you all night, really. Anyway, Jessica. So I have known you for 20 years or more. What I would like to say, I could say so many things that probably don't have to do with this occasion, so many nice things but when I don't remember Gaslamp without Jessica. So when I first came into the fold, really my father had introduced me to the group, which wasn't called Gaslamp at the time. But I came into rehearsal the first day, and there was Jessica. And we have been friends ever since. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time. And Jessica, Gaslamp has always been to me kind of coming back to family. That's what it's been for me, because a lot of, really, my family has been involved in Gaslamp. So this is just an extension, having met you, is an extension of Gaslamp being family to me. And I think not just for me, because this isn't really about me. This is about, for everybody, I think we can all agree that what you have continued when you started to take Gaslamp to its new level, where we are now, but what you have continued is that feeling of family and of nurturing. And I think all of us here today at the garden, and some of us here are missing, but our hearts are still with Gaslamp. And it has a lot to do with Jessica and how you continued that feeling that started with Glenridge Community Theater, that feeling of family. And you have really fostered that in all of us, in all of our families. And I think we thank you for that, because it's not just the theater, it's really a home. It's a place to come home to. And so we thank you for that, and I thank you for that. And also, my husband, Tom, who's not here, who couldn't be here this weekend, he's away, wanted me to mention and thank you for really our family. Because I don't know if many of you know, but Jessica introduced my husband and I in that same show where I met Jessica, and we have 2 lovely children. So really, in part, it is because of you that I have the life that I have today. So I appreciate that. And that's
Tom
it.
and Lisa met singing a song,
Yes,
a duet in a Gaslamp show. 100, what was it?
Yes, it was called 100 Years of Broadway, the show where I met Jessica and my husband, and we sang I've Never Been in Love Before from Guys and Dolls. But he wanted me to mention and thank you for that.
I have the unfortunate position of speaking third after the very funny man and then the one who Jessica's responsible for her family. So I don't know where I can go with this, but I guess I'll start with tonight. Someone came up to me and said, "How do you know Jessica?" And gosh, how do I know Jessica? The 7 shows that we did together, everything that we've been through, and Maxine Lambiasi was videotaping, and she said, "Share your favorite Jessica moment." And I said, "Moment? It's like I could write a tome of about the things that Jessica and I have been through and the wonderful things that we've been through." And I mentioned Maxine because I actually know her name. Everyone here who knows Jessica knows that Jessica has such a proclivity to meet you once and know your name. And she always did that. She made me look like I sort of did it too if I sat next to her. So she sat next to me at a lot of our rehearsals of those 7 shows. And you know, Jess, going through these years with you has been marvelous. I always say it takes a village to put on one of these shows, and there is this village. Look at this here tonight. But there is this village because of you. There is this village because of you, because of the things that you do, and because of the way that you're able to inspire people. Because you do that. You inspire me, not only theatrically and artistically, but personally. And, you know, everything that Jessica does, she does. You know, most people say, oh, she's going to do it 100%. I say Jessica does it 500%. Jessica doesn't know how to do something only 100%. And that goes with theater, that goes with her art, that goes with being a friend. You're a wonderful person, and we are also fortunate to have had you in our lives, and still have you in our lives, and inspire us and to continue to inspire us. One final thing that I'll wrap up with. I've had the really wonderful pleasure of directing Jessica, not only Jessica, but Jessica with both of her daughters on stage. And there's one moment that I didn't share before in the video, but I will share now, that really touched me, was watching Jessica and Marielle fly off to Neverland at the end of Peter Pan. And that will always for me be such a wonderful moment, because Jessica, you truly are Peter Pan, and you will always be Peter Pan.
Now we're going to hear a duet from Jessica, Jeff, and
No, Jessica, if you want to do it,
Jeff and Lisa.
you probably know all the words.
Why do we do what we do?
The costumes, the scenery,
the makeup, the props, the audience that lifts you when you're down.
The heartaches, the headaches, the backaches, the flops, the sheriff who escorts you out of town.
The opening when your heart beats like a drum.
The closing when the customers don't come.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere can you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Any note you can sing, I can sing higher.
Oh.
I can sing any note higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
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 No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I
Yesterday they told you you would not go far, but then you don't pretend where you are. They say on your dressing room they found a star. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show.
I've grown accustomed to her face. She almost makes the day begin. I've grown accustomed to the tune she whistles night and noon. Her smile, her frown, her ups, her downs are second nature to me now. Like breathing out and breathing in. I was serenely independent and content before we met. Surely I could always be that way again. And yet, I've grown accustomed to her look, accustomed to her voice, accustomed to her face.
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced all night.
I've always been shy. I confess that I'm shy. Can't you guess that this confident air is a mask that I wear 'cause I'm shy? God knows I try, though I'm frightened and shy. And despite the impression I give, I confess that I'm living a lie. Because I'm actually terribly timid and horribly shy.
Kids, what's the matter with kids today? Kids who can understand anything they say. Why can't they be like we were, perfect in every way? What's the matter with kids too? What's the matter with kids too? What's the matter with kids today?
Who's the swiniest swine in the world?
Captain Hook!
Who's the dirtiest dog in this wonderful world?
Captain Hook! Captain Hook!
I've done the villainy, murder and loot. He got to kill any who says that my hook isn't cute. It's
As long as he needs me, I know where I must be. I'll cling on steadfastly, as long as he needs me. When you are lonely, then you will know. When someone needs you, you love them so. I won't betray his trust, though people say I must. I've got to stay true, just as long as he needs me.
May I return to the beginning? The light is dimming, and the dream is too. The world and I, we are still waiting, still hesitating. Any dream will do. Any dream will do. Any dream will do.
If I were a rich man, yeah, the diddle 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 dum. All day long, hey, biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, hey, diddle dum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I would be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man? Oi, jawohl!
Shall we dance on a bright cloud of music? Shall we fly?
1, 2, 3, and
Shall we dance?
1, 2, 3,
Shall we then say goodnight and mean goodbye?
3, and or perchance, when the last little star has left the sky,
Shall we still be together with our arms around each other? And will you be my new
romance, on the clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance?
He will not always say what you would have him say, but now and then he'll say something wonderful. He has 1,000 dreams that won't come true. You know that he believes in them, and that's enough for you. go along. Defend him when he's wrong, and tell him when he's strong. He's wonderful. He'll always need your love, and so he'll have your love. A man who needs your love can be wonderful. It's a gift, sakes alive, well, I'll be blessed. Wine's been poured and thank the Lord I've got the napkins freshly pressed. With dessert, she'll want tea, and my dear, that's fine with me. While the cups do their soft shoeing, I'll be bubbling, I'll be brewing. We'll be warm, piping hot. Heaven's sakes, is that a spot? Clean it up, we want the company impressed. We've got a lot to do, is it 1 lakh or 2? For you are guest, she's our guest. Be our guest, please be our guest.
Dave, come up here, Dave. Come on up and sing, man. They want to hear you sing.
I sang already. They heard me sing.
Well, you know, they don't want to hear me sing anymore.
No, they never heard you sing.
That's true. Sing, man, sing.
The sun will come out tomorrow, so you better have
Louder, man, sing louder.
Oh.
Louder.
There'll be sun.
Solo for the president.
Solo for the president.
When I'm stuck with a day that's grey and lonely, I stick out my chin and I grin and I say, everybody sing, you two down.
Tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day.
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. And there was music, and there were wonderful roses. They tell me in sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till it was you.
Now, I'd like to introduce somebody who wants to say a few words. Don Flynn. Now, Don Flynn's relatively new to the Gaslamp Players, but Don just sends out email after email after email of shows that we can all audition to and horrify the rest of society. So, but Don, I just heard, Don, that you're doing another community project. The Rahway State Prison Community Theater. They're doing Once Upon an Inmate. Well, no, they weren't doing it. It's a George Bernard show. Okay, Don Flynn.
Yes, I am kind of new to Gaslamp. My first show was Annie last year, and I'm glad I've gotten to be part of the Jessica era. So many of you know that I'm a minister by trade, and that can be a little bit dangerous to hand us microphones because we tend to go on and on. Plus, I'm Irish, so that's a bad combination. But I do promise to be briefer than I otherwise would be. I want to tell you a little bit about what I've seen with this wonderful person that we're here to celebrate, Jessica. First thing I noticed about Jessica is that she's passionate. My first contact with Gaslamp was when I had heard someone mention the group, so I was on the phone with her. She probably doesn't remember this because she probably got calls like that all the time, but she was talking about Gaslamp and just exuded this passion and love for the stage and art and kids and community and all those things, and it just came through so clearly, and I said, I just got to connect with them. So I wasn't planning on auditioning for the show. I was just kind of following it, wanted to find out more theater opportunities for my daughters, and then before you know it, I auditioned, you know, a typical Gaslamp from what I understand. So Jessica is very passionate. The other thing that I noticed about Jessica is she's very persuasive. Jessica, as many of you know, got me to shave my head. No one's ever gotten me to do that before. My wife can't even get me to take out the garbage, but Jessica got me to shave my head. But let me just tell you the story real briefly. After I got the part, it was not part of the original contract, I had gone to Jeff, our director, and said, Jeff, now, Daddy Warbucks is bald. Like, what's the deal? And Jeff was, you know, it's community theater, you know, band. I'm like, okay, because, you know, if you need me to do it, no problem. No, it's all right. Whew. So I thought I was off the hook. About 2 weeks before the show opened, I think it was an email from Jessica like, so what's the deal with the head thing? And well, whatever you need, you know. So the options were either a bald cap or shave the head. So I said, what's the bald cap entail? Well, we could do that, but the good ones are really expensive, you know. But we could do it, no problem. I mean, Lynn Hansen and I we can write out the playbills by hand to save money, no problem. We could do it. If we really need to, or you could shave it. But what else does it entail? Well, you know, you'd have to cut your hair really, really, really short anyway. And, you know, makeup just takes a really long time, like really long time to do it right. Like, think Planet of the Apes, you know, like really, really a long time. But we could do it if you really want. Well, by the end, I said, well, let's just shave the thing. So Jessica's very persuasive, and it was a good thing. But the third thing I would say about Jessica is that she is picturesque. Now, that's something you usually use to describe landscaping or painting or whatever else, but I would say it applies to a person that we know and love. Because when she first made that call to me, to invite me to take the part of Daddy Warbucks and Annie, it was life-changing, to tell you the truth, because one of the things I noticed was that...
Don, we've had enough.
Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. Was that... now, where was I? One of the things that I noticed was that art was very missing from my life. And so when I was offered that part, it was life-changing. So, what I want to say
wait.
You've been my music man, so I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. He should have shaved his tongue. I'm sorry. You know, I hate to break this to you, but in reality, you know, I have to do this. I should have been cast as Daddy Warbucks. As a matter of fact, I really should have had all the good parts in all the shows continually. And I thought this is going to be my opportunity to show you what a Daddy Warbucks would be like. But you know, never mind Daddy Warbucks, you miscast everybody. And you know, if I was in charge, I would have cast Annie correctly, because Annie's a very critical and important part of the show. Okay, so Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you some Daddy Warbucks. And with my Annie, because my Annie's much better. Annie, come on out. Together at last, together forever. We're tying the knot, we'll live forever. I don't need sunshine to turn my skies to blue. I don't need anything but you. I don't need anything, 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 anything but you. Oh, and he, right, very good, very good. And he brought Sandy. Do you know how many tickets we would have sold for Annie?
I'm glad he still has the tag.
He wore this out to Fitzgerald's Thursday night. Don't you even say anything. He looks good in stripes.
Anything to get hair on my head, you know? Congratulations, Jeff.
Yeah, you'll never forget you're going to have bad dreams for the rest of your life. I'm having bad dreams now and I'm awake. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce someone else who's taught us all how to dance. Because look, I'm going to show you how I can dance. She taught me that, and I do it every day, and it's very frightening, very scary. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amy Baldessari.
Thank you, Greg, for that terrifying introduction. All right, that's a hard act to follow, as all of them have been. I should have gone first, so I didn't have to worry about this. Unfortunately, I'm not a particularly funny person. I cannot sing, so I have to rely on speaking my feelings for Jessica. I, like many of you, met Jessica through my child. Many of us have come together because we have children who are interested in theater, in singing, dancing, acting. And I had a little girl at home, 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old, who was always acting and putting on shows. And I thought to myself, how am I going to capitalize on this? How can I keep her busy with this? And I saw an ad from the school district showing a theater class that was being taught by Jessica Sporn through the schools over the summer in the enrichment program. And I quickly signed up my daughter Lily. Lily had an amazing summer, and so did I. My first impression of Jessica were of her kindness, her enthusiasm for what she does, her genuine love for children, and her talent as a teacher. Those first impressions have not changed. They've only been solidified and grown. As soon as Lily was old enough, she became part of the main stage show, Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I volunteered to help. I filled out the parent form that all of you have filled out, saying, I'll sell candy, I'll do this. And yeah, I can dance a little. I could help with the dancing. So, Jessica and Jeff asked me if I would mind working with some of the men who were having a little trouble with steps. And in a very exciting moment for me, they put their heads together and then called me up to the front of the stage and said, would you put on a costume and dance in front of these men during the show so they can follow you? And naturally, I was reluctant and said, yes, yes. So I got my moment back on stage. I never thought I'd be on a stage again in my life, and that was a tremendous gift to me personally. The experience was magical for Lily and for me, and the next year we were first to sign up for Fiddler on the Roof, another wonderful experience. And quite soon after Fiddler on the Roof, I was contacted by some friends and asked to join an early incarnation of the executive committee. Jessica had noticed that there were many, many children who had come to audition for Fiddler on the Roof, more really than we could possibly handle. And the number of children in our shows had been growing year after year. And she felt that we needed to expand our programming to include educational programming for children where they could own the stage, they could have the main parts, and learn something about theater arts in the process. So we started off, through Jessica's guidance and perseverance, with a few what we call break workshops. How many of you here have been in a gas lamp break workshop? Many of you, spring break or winter break. Our very first one was called Get in the Game. We didn't know what we were doing. Jessica did, the rest of us didn't. She got the school to agree to let us come in over winter break. We put the show together in 4 days and had a performance at the end, and it was spectacular. It was just amazing. We went on with higher enrollments to continue this program for many years. And then thought, if we have all these kids who are interested, and many of them couldn't participate because of travel plans, what about a summer program just for kids? And sure enough, with Jessica's guidance and perseverance and contacting the schools and her fantastic idea to dress up like the characters and march in the Memorial Day Parade, that was our first parade march, we managed to enroll a little over 60 children in that first summer camp. Sorry. So after marching down Ridgewood Avenue, melting under our costumes and our makeup, pulling a huge hot air balloon designed by one of our members, we had enough people to begin. In a grand total that summer of 15 days, we mounted a full-scale production of The Wizard of Oz. Jessica, Stephanie Herr, Jennifer Hutchinson, and I took the lead, and we brought in 2 newcomers. One of them was Christy Graves. And the other was Carrie Yacono, who many of you remember. With gorgeous costumes, full lights and sound, and a fantastic set, we gave this huge cast of children an experience they would never forget. Years have gone by since then, and many, many productions. Throughout them all, I have been honored to work with Jessica Sporn, a woman of spectacular vision, bottomless patience, unwavering kindness, and too many talents to list. Next year's main stage production of Wizard of Oz is sure to be spectacular, but my favorite will always be the first summer, helping Jessica make so many dreams come true. Today does not mark the end for Jessica, as she has turned her remarkable talents to many other areas. Her work with From Houses to Homes has helped countless people find decent shelter, dignity, and the knowledge that there are good people in the world who care about them. Her work with Gaslamp continues on the board of directors and as director of publicity, whether she likes it or not. Her artistic endeavors continue to expand and be honored. I believe in my heart that my dear friend Jessica shares the sentiments of the poet Robert Frost. I'm changing a little bit, using artistic license. My gardens are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. I love you, Jessica. Thank you.
And now we would like to bring up that original Wizard of Oz cast. Our Dorothy, she was 9 years old, was Katie Schultz. And our lion was Maxine Lambiase, who is now graduating this year. She was, what, were you 12? Juliet was our scarecrow. And our Tin Man has since moved away, and Brent Hartwell, who's become a very regular member of Gaslamp shows, will be filling in for our Tin Man. I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. In my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching, if I only had a brain.
I'd be tender, I'd be gentle, and awful sentimental regarding love and art. I'd be friends with the sparrows and the boy that shoots the arrows, if I only had a heart.
Oh, I'd be in my stride, a king down to the core, and I'd roar the way I never roared before, and then I'd ruff and roar some more.
I would not be
me just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain.
And I'd be Regal Breezer, I could be another Caesar,
if I only had a brain, a heart,
the nerve. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I?
We love you.
Love you, Jessica.
Oh, isn't that awesome? It's so wild to see these kids just grow and grow in their age and in their skills and talents. It's so beautiful to watch them. Wizard of Oz, as Amy said, was my first experience with Gaslamp, and I was musical director, and I was 9 months pregnant with Kaya. We had no AC, but we worked and worked and worked and pulled off that show, and I continued to work for Gaslamp after that. I just fell in love with it because a lot of what Jeff was saying earlier, there's just such an environment of truly wanting to nurture creativity, confidence, and compassion. And theater can be very, there's another C word, catty, competitive, crazy. And in this environment, I grew up in a family of theater, and my sisters and I were so supportive of each other, and I grew up with such an incredibly supportive environment, even though we were all performers. And I love to see that. I love to see kids who are supporting each other and not getting catty and competitive, but really helping each other be better and learning from each other and pushing each other on and inspiring each other to grow. And I saw Jessica really, instilling that in this, and that's what drew me to it. That's why I fell in love, and that's why I wanted to keep doing it. And I'm just so happy to be a part of this organization, and very proud to be taking this on now as you not really leave, you're just changing. And I'm very honored, and I take this with so much responsibility and gratitude to really try to keep and continue that heart of theater. And I remember hearing Jessica say before Music Man, I asked her, what is the theme of Music Man? What are you striving for? And she said that art changes everything. And art really does. It makes such an impact on people, and I know that this organization has made a strong impact on people's lives and characters, as well as teaching them to grow. And I'm a very firm believer that you don't have to choose one or the other. You can have excellence, you can have high quality, you can really train and teach kids, and continue to maintain good characters and good hearts and a supportive environment, a nurturing environment behind that. So, before our next performers come up, I just want to tell you all how we felt at that first meeting in January when Jessica was not there at the executive table. We were very overwhelmed and amazed at how much work she has been doing, hours and hours and hours of work every week that we are now taking on. And it's been awesome, but that first meeting, I tell you, we were like, how the heck did she do this by herself? And the team now of women, of course, is Lynn Hansen, whom you all know, who produced Music Man. She's our business manager. And we have Amy Baldassari, who just got up and shared, and yes. And we have 3 women who are also working tirelessly, and that's Sarah Jane Boyle, Tess Calais, Teresa Calais, and Molly Gash. So, yes. And Ingrid has been our administrative assistant, and she's been amazing too. But I wanted, so thank you women so much. They really have been amazing. But I've asked the Gaslamps Teen Glee Club to come up, some of the Glee Club, to come up and express to you all and Jessica in song how we felt that first meeting without you there.
First we were afraid, we were petrified, kept thinking we could never live without you by our side. But then we spent so many nights thinking, how can we go on? And we grew strong, and we learned how to carry on. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I will survive, keep on surviving. Thought I couldn't breathe without you, I'm in heaven. Thought I couldn't see without you, perfect vision. Thought I wouldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. Thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. Thought that I would fail without you, but I'm locked up. Thought it would be over by now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would self-destruct, but I'm still here. Even in my years to come, I'm still gonna be here. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I'm a survive, keep on surviving. Oh no, not I will survive. As long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all the I'm gonna make it, I will survive, I will survive, I will survive. I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I'm a survive, I'm surviving, I will survive.
Thank you. Now we would like to bring some very, very special people up to Jessica, and that is her family. Marielle, Sammy, her mom and dad, Sam, and Ellen Sporn. We will give her 1 second.
Hi. How are all of you? That's Marielle's side. Knock, knock, joke.
She's back.
I just had a brief wardrobe malfunction.
Well, hello everybody. This is Jessica's mother, Ellen. I'm her dad. Freddie, where are you? Come up, please. Come on, Freddie. Yeah, Freddie's husband. He's the man. Mario, daughter, and Samantha. You've been introduced. Okay. So I want to say that it's really thrilling to be in this foreign place, this state of New Jersey. A lot of you don't know that Jessica is a Brooklyn girl, and to make that transition across the Hudson was not simple, not easy. You can take the kid out of Brooklyn, but you know you cannot take Brooklyn out of the kid. We are all fortunate to have Jessica. We have had Jessica for many years. You now have Jessica. And I think that all of us are so much richer because of that. But I have to make a confession. Years ago, when Jessica, Nina, and Joseph, the three kids, were just very tiny, and I used to read to them, and I told them, I'm a lawyer, and I said, one of you three will become a lawyer. I said, I'm not going to tell you which one should be a lawyer. No pressure. You should all do what you want to do. But please, at the end of the day, I want one lawyer. Well, of course, we never assumed or thought that Jessica would ever become a lawyer. Because from the day one, when Ellen put a tutu on Jessica, she was maybe a year and a half, 2 years old, and that was it. Jessica went into the arts and persevered in the arts, having gone to High School of Performing Arts and tried to go on Broadway, and she did credibly. But one day, she announced that she was going to law school. How did that happen? She would not tell me in advance, but she became a lawyer for a while, and her heart was in the arts. So she did go back to the arts, and somehow she was lured into this foreign state, New Jersey, which to you it's natural, but it is, you know, these tolls are killing us. I have to, coming across and waiting for half an hour to cross into the Hudson is killing, but we do it. Was that okay? So anyhow, you have Jessica, and we are so proud. I know every one of us here love her so dearly, and we are so proud that you share and you have her as well. So with no further comment from me, I'm turning it over.
Hi. Okay. Well, I just wanted to say that I think gas lamps really a great thing, because I think even since I was little, I did used to be on stage back in the day before she was a much bigger singer than me. But yeah, and so, but ever since even I was little, gas lamps really grown a lot and become much bigger. And I think it's really awesome how many kids now are finding that they like theater and even can be on stage. And when I was younger, a lot less kids found that or had a way of finding that out. And then for our family, I think gas lamp has been very important, and some good stories. So both Sammy and I were pretty much born on the Ridgewood Avenue stage, I feel like. When I was, like 7 months old? I was carried around, 4 months old, carried around in a basket while my mom sang in really high-pitched voice about strawberries. And Sammy...
Oliver.
And Oliver. And I found out that my mom was pregnant with Sammy later, a few months, to see her frolicking like a bird in Once Upon a Mattress with Sammy in the womb. So I don't know what that says about you, but I think that even when we try not to be involved in gas lamp, we all kind of end up with it. Freddie builds sets and strikes sets and flute people with wires in Peter Pan. And I recently came home from college to see Annie for the weekend and looked on stage, and half of my wardrobe was on all the children. So I was sitting in the seats and looked on stage and literally recognized all of my clothes. But I think importantly, it's been something that we all have done together through the years, and it's always been a good time. So that's all I'll say.
Okay, this is not what I do. I do the sets. Jessica promised that I would never be on stage. She kept the promise. We did a Spanish Panic in Once Upon a Mattress. Yes, and that's it. That was my only time, and this is going to be my next, second time. So now you know why I don't do this. I've always been so proud to be her husband, and she's just amazing how she could just focus on something. It gets done with joy, with love, and she's the best. So Jessica, this is your night. Love you.
Sammy is going to sing a song for Jessica, and some of her friends from Junior Glee are going to join her.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you. Okay. This song will explain itself, so people. Guys, there's a whole Heather. Okay.
What do you give to the lady who has given all her life and love to you?
What do you give to the reason you are living? I could window shop the world before I'm through.
Mama, a rainbow, mama, a sunrise, mama, the moon to wear. That's not good enough, no, not good enough, not for mama. Mama, a palace, diamonds like doorknobs, mountains of gold to spare. That's not good enough, no, not rich enough, not for mama. And laughter, that's not long enough, not have long enough. What can I give you that I can give you? What will your present be?
Like to bring Jessica up to the stage, and she is going to relive her glory days as Peter Pan. And she is going to sing for us a beautiful song that I think expresses her heart very well. All right, well, before I do that, you guys should sit down a minute. I have to thank people. I'll go. Okay. Yep. Okay, so.
That's what I do.
And you do very good at it.
First of all, thank you all so much. I mean, Marielle and Sammy, when I go, you don't have to prepare anything. Just play the video of this event. I really, guys, thank you for putting this together. And I know how much hard everybody has worked. And Christy, everyone, thank you so much. Okay, I wrote a few notes. So, Gaslamp Players doesn't exist anywhere out there, right? It doesn't have its own theater. It doesn't have an office. It has a post office box and a bank account. And that's about it as far as location goes. So it was created and it exists in the hearts and the minds of the people who put effort into it, both as far as the executive committee goes and the board of directors goes, and who perform on the stage and who work off stage. So it's like in the song Neverland, you know, it's not on any chart, you must find it in your heart. And I'm so happy so many people have found it. So, like Marielle said, my first show was in 1991. Marielle was 1 month old. She was the strawberry baby in Oliver. And Gaslamp then, I feel like I have to pay some sort of honor to the people who came before me, and which is why I'm here. And so those people were Lee Guest-Moore, Liz Ploth, Barbara Ehrenreich, Janet Kondoris, Jim Millar, who did 9 years of amazing productions. And then there was a brief hiatus where nobody had the energy to produce shows anymore. And Lisa and Tom McElwee, together with Ron Monticelli, Lisa's uncle, and Jim O'Brien, said, there's got to be shows in this town. And so in 2000, they produced Once Upon a Mattress. And that, I guess, was Sammy's first show because I was pregnant with her at the time. And then there was Bye Bye Birdie and that era. And then a new era began with Jeff coming in 2002 for Big the Musical. And that was my first time getting to know Jeff. And Lisa, Jeff, and I were on the production team for that show. And it was very successful. And then we had the idea to do Peter Pan in 2003. And that was Sammy's first show. She got to be a parading pirate. And Freddie flew me as Peter Pan. And Marielle was Jane. And she and I got to say, Jane, you're my mother now. And fly off to Never Neverland with my daughter. So that was very special. And then in 2006, another era started with Jennifer Hutchinson and Stephanie Herr and Amy Baldessari. And we incorporated and formed a board of directors and got an accountant in our not-for-profit status. And we began to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So now, having grown and grown, there are new hearts and minds that are taking Gaslamp Players into its next incarnation. Lynn Hansen, Christy Graves, Tess, Molly, Sarah Jane, Ingrid, and I'm very excited to see what will happen in this wonderful new chapter. So it's true that for me, Gaslamp did become a full-time job. I really, no jokes, probably spent about 30 hours a week in what was mainly a volunteer thing. And I said to Jeff, it's so nice now to be able to watch TV with my family and not be like creating email blasts and updating the website and all of that. But, people would ask me, like, why? Why do you do it? Why are you doing this? Like, is it just the glory of people saying, oh, there she goes, the Gaslamp lady? And I have to say that for me it was the children. It was seeing children who might not have fit in conventionally, be able to find a place to call home and to have a place where they could express themselves and have people applaud for them. And it wasn't about whether they were talented or not. It was about just having the courage to stand up there do it, you know. And I have seen so many kids over the years find their voices and their strength on our stage. So that, for me, it has really been about what I call the 4 C's: the community, creativity, confidence, and compassion. And I always like to say that with each show, we're like a team, but nobody sits on the bench. Everybody plays. So. So there are too many people to name to really thank, but some people I just want to call out to. Amy, you have been on this journey with me pretty much since the beginning, as far as, you know, the growth of Gaslamp is concerned, and I want to thank you for always seeing the best in me. Thank you. To all the women on the current executive committee, thank you. Thank you for taking the reins and galloping forward. Marielle and Sammy, for participating in Gaslamp, for lending me to Gaslamp, and giving me so much joy every single day. My parents, so I am so much your daughter, right? You know, thank you so much for instilling in me the idea that it's important to give back, to give to the community, for always supporting my creativity, for always telling me to reach for the stars. And you never told me to be a lawyer, Dad. I did that all on my own. And finally, Freddie, the wind beneath my wings. Literally, literally. You pulled me up so I could fly. And you've been holding me up ever since. So thank you so much. And thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay, I'll try to get through this now. I have a place where dreams are born and time is never planned. It's not on any chart, you must find it in your heart. Never, never land. It might be miles beyond the moon, or right there where you stand. Just keep an open mind, and then suddenly you'll find never, never land. You'll have a treasure if you stay there, more precious far than gold. For once you have found your way there, you can never, never grow old. So come with me where dreams are born and time is never planned. Just think of lovely things, your heart will fly on wings forever. In never, never land. And Jessica, before you walk off the stage, Lynn Hansen has something for you.
She is so unique. And I was to find out from Freddie something that she might like for her garden, like a tree or some shrubbery or something. And I found out that she wanted